Hello everybody, welcome to Boxing Science. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 methods that we use at Boxing Science to get the best out of a massage gun. Now you might have seen this across Instagram, come up on your sponsored feeds, or you might actually have one, but not know the best way on how to use it. At Boxing Science, we use a massage gun if an athlete comes in feeling a bit sore, tired, or picked up a little bit of a niggle, and sometimes they're not being able to get in with their sports therapist or their masseur. So a massage gun has got a lot of benefits to just relieve that muscle tension and help kind of reduce that likelihood of injury. So today I'm going to take you through some techniques that we use to help relieve tension around the shoulders and the lower extremities. So with the calf complex, you've got 2 main muscles that we want to target. You've got gastrocnemius, that is more superficial than the soleus, which just sits underneath. Now, because the boxer's calf is quite active, you get quite a lot of muscular tension. So when we actually do the massage gun across there, the gastrocnemius is quite tight. So what you have to do is, if I just switch it on, switch it up onto full, because Callum's got big strong calves, is work different areas to the outside, the inside of the calf, and down the middle as well, okay? But there's a lot of tension there, so what you need to do is pick up the leg, just let it rest onto your leg there, so you can see there that the Callum's calf muscle is relaxed now, and you can get a little bit deeper into it. Now you can feel him just flinching just a little bit as I go down that side. So you'll find that an athlete is like tight either to the lateral or medial borders of the calf. And this differs from side to side, so you can just find that tight point there, work medial borders and lateral borders. You see there he's getting a little bit of reaction from Callum there. But with the muscle being looser, I'll be able to get deeper and be able to start relieving that muscle tension. Now another way that you can really start working this calf muscle here, you can find a trigger point, dig in deep, apply that pressure, get some feedback from the athlete, is that relieved a little bit? Yeah. And then you can get that a little bit deeper on there. And also when you get that trigger point, you can start cueing Callum to move his foot up and down, so point down and then point up, and just working that active range whilst maintaining that pressure on the muscle. And back up, back down. Good stuff. Okay, this next technique for the massage gun is the piriformis. Now, piriformis is a small muscle that just sits at the posterior of the hip and underneath the glute. So it's a hard muscle to stretch and to target whilst doing soft tissue release techniques. When doing it with a foam roller or a massage gun, it's very awkward to try and get into it. You've got to turn your leg into internal rotation, and you have to sit on the massage gun. So, sit on the massage ball. So getting a massage gun would be much better. Now, obviously with an athlete, it's sensitive area, so you've got to make sure that they're comfortable with that. Callum, are you comfortable with me releasing your piriformis? Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to flex the knee and make sure that this ankle is dorsiflex here. And then we can just work into the piriformis side on. If we go there and go vertical into it, there's too much tension on the glute there, so you won't be able to get in. So if we go for the side, you'll be able to get a lot deeper into it. As you can see, you're getting a bit of reaction from Callum there. Okay, so you're just working round into that piriformis, and then we're going to go in from internal to external rotation, as this is the main action that piriformis controls. So we're working that range and maintaining that tension through the massage gun. Getting a few groans there from Callum. And then you can, when we're doing this, because there's a lot of action for you to go backwards and forwards, I want you to just maintain that pressure into there. but also you can just make some deep friction circles as well, but make sure that the foot is static on this one. Okay, Carl? This next technique is soft tissue release using the massage gun for the IT band. Now the IT band runs from your hip through to your knee, and this is very hard to stretch and can only be released really by using soft tissue release techniques. Now the reason why this gets really tight is because mainly through running and being tight in that TFL, being externally rotated as a boxer in your hip. So this IT band gets really tight, not only from boxing, but from running training as well. And because it's hard to stretch and we don't do enough soft tissue release work, it ends up being really tense. So we're going to get Callum laid side on with his leg straight. And we're going to switch on the massage gun. And we're going to start from the knee. You can see there already we're getting a reaction from Cal. And work lateral to the thigh. Working up and down. Working more anterior. Again, we're looking for them tight points, them trigger points to then hold. So you can see there, that's a little bit of trigger point for Cal. So you're going to dig in a little bit deeper, put on more manual pressure. And when that eases off, is that eased off, Cal?
Yeah, slightly.
Slightly. You're going to press on a little bit more to get a little bit more out of it. So just working up and down the IT band. Now you can do this yourself, but it's always better to do it with a partner because, you know, it's like hitting yourself in the face. You know that it's coming, so it's not as painful as somebody else hitting you in the face. So with the massage gun, your muscles are already tensing up, ready for that pain because you can feel it. So it's always better to get training partner or coach, or even your partner at home, or your mum or your dad, just to do this and just instruct them, show them this video, and they'll be able to help you out. So yeah, so like I say, you can do it on yourself, but mainly get into this position and get someone to just run up and down your IT band like that. Now, to get a little bit more out of that technique, I just want Callum to sit on the edge of the massage bed. And again, we can work through that active range there, IT band, and just getting him to extend the leg and then flex, maintain that pressure there and extend and flex. Again, getting that trigger point, keep changing it, but it's more or less going to be bang in the middle of the quad there. Good, toes pointed up towards your shin, a little bit further down, there, extend. Nice work, Cal. This next technique is to release the pec minor. Now the pec minor is a muscle that just sits underneath the main pec major. It runs from the rib cage into the shoulder. Now when this is tight, you'll get this kind of anterior tilt of the humeral head in there. And this is what a lot of boxers struggle with because they're in this position a lot. So the pec minor can end up being quite tight in there and can cause you some shoulder problems, some shoulder pain. To get into it, we can just go with the massage gun, switch it on, into this anterior complex there, but the pec is going to be switched on there, and also the shoulder is going to be switched on as well. So what we've got to do, we've got to try and find a way to get into it, and you can see with Cal's facial expressions already achieving that a little bit. We're going to pick Cal's arm up and just work through that range there. Work into that pec minor, come down, and then back up again. And then back down like that. It's important that you support Callum's shoulder from the back and raising his hand up overhead. So work through that active range of the pec minor. But then if you really want him to go into it, if you're not getting the results that you need to, you probably wouldn't do this with Cal. But you can just work the hand behind the back This really opens up that shoulder complex so you can start really getting into this pec minor. This is perfect to do before boxing training, before sparring, just to try and loosen off them shoulders to try and reduce that likelihood of injury. Okay, good stuff, Cal. So this is a technique to help relieve a little bit of tension in the shoulders. Now, boxers can get quite tight shoulders just due to the high amounts of punching volumes and being in this stance and guard position. So we're going to work Cal through his upper back, his traps, then we're going to turn him over and work a little bit into his traps and his neck from a supine position. Now, you can see Cal where that is lying here. That is scapular upward rotation. So then his traps are going to be really tight. So I wouldn't be able to get into Cal here with the massage gun in this position. So I'm going to ask you to just have your arms by your side. So he's relaxing them traps. So to work into the traps, you can't just go boom straight away and get into it. You've got to kind of warm into it and try and find them tight spots on left and right side. So my main advice would be to work up like kind of the thoracic spine and work on the medial border of the scap. Now you'll find like little bits of knots here and there, and this will change from left and right side, but you'll generally feel a bit of tension into this mid-thoracic area here. And then work up into the traps, and your traps are just sitting at the top, just here. Now this is a quite specific technique, so if you're not fully confident in doing this, because obviously the scap position will change, but you can put your hand behind your shoulder, and this will just allow you to just work into them posterior shoulder muscles a little bit more, like you see. You can get a little bit of a reaction out of your athlete there. But mainly you want to work to the medial border and working up towards the trap, and then your traps, you're going to get the best results by coming in from the top here rather than going there, because you're pushing you're pushing the trap away. The most amount of pressure that you're going to get is if you're working at the top of the trap there. You can feel that now, Cal, can't you? Okay. So mainly the upper traps of a boxer are quite tight, so these are the ones that we want to try and relieve. Now it's probably best off, like I said, because we're going from this angle. When you are wanting to work into the traps, to work from the supine position. So Callum, if you just want to turn over. Also, this is a good opportunity to start working into neck muscles as well, because when you're working into neck and if you're in a prone position, it's pretty hard to put in the pressure onto your neck. It's quite uncomfortable. So I'm just going to lift Cal's head up with my hand, and I'm just going to work into his traps there. And as well, because Cal's resting his head, that means that all his neck muscles are relaxed. So then he can start working into it. So can just open up, tilting his head to the side, working down into the traps and into the muscles of your neck. Again, this is probably better for S&C coaches to use this technique, as like working into the neck muscles. You know, you need that specific knowledge to get into it. But if you are an S&C coach, you want to use this, by all means, go for it. But mainly, if you are wanting to work into the traps, I'd just go there and just apply that pressure into that shoulder. I'll demonstrate on this side because I'm not sure whether the camera angle's getting it. Just working into that trap there, and you're just making sure that the head's nice and relaxed. And then just that constant pressure into that shoulder there. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed it and taken a lot away, and now got the techniques to help your athletes and inflict a little bit of pain as well. If you're not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. And if you've got any questions, please hit them in the comment box below. I'll see you on the next video.